week on Get a Grip.
Angela is practicing her questionable impressions.
He cracked a smile and he said, I like unhinged women.
We are in awe of Kris Jenner's facelift.
And we're calling out those who are denying that they've had an old nippy tuk-tuk. She said she just drinks olive oil, and actually the gullible bit of me was like, do you know, I think she's...
Fuck off, Ange.
And Vicky is reminiscing about her kebab perfume.
So we launched this scent in a kebab shop and it was like, order kebab.
No.
Yes, I have a photo. Do you want to say? You're going to die.
Is that you?
That's me. That's me. All that and more right now.
Hello and welcome to Get a Grip with me, Angela Scanlon.
And me, Vicky Patterson.
This is the podcast where we get loud about the realities of womanhood, make sense of the mad and sometimes maddening world around us.
We basically dive headfirst into the chaos of life, no filter, no apologies, and absolutely no fucks given.
So if you're sick of being told to pipe down, calm down, or dare I say it,
Get a grip. Well, this is exactly where you need to be.
Grab a drink, pull up a chair, throw your bra over your shoulder, let's go. The one show last week was fun, wasn't it?
It really was. It really was.
It was quite nerve-wracking. Weirdly, I used to host the one show, so maybe I had like slight that sense of, oh my God, I'm really at work instead of just sitting on the sofa having a chat with my pals.
Having a nice time. Is it nerve-wracking to host that show? Because I find all live TV nerve-wracking.
Yeah. I love it.
Do you? The finality of it, the urgency of it, it just all gives me anxiety. So I would really struggle to host that. But
well, a bit like Pavlov's dog, when you hear that I do kind of start, it makes me go, because I really need to consciously breathe so that I have some air in my lungs to actually talk when the light goes on. You know what I mean? You've got to, control your breath. Anyway, it was easy because we were chatting to John Legend and there was obviously the bit, it's like the watchdog bit. So Matt Allright's doing his thing about, scam retail. And then
John Legend was so confused.
He was like, oh, I'm learning a lot. Sitting beside the grand piano. And so he was we were like flanking him, weren't we?
Yeah.
On either side. And he was head to toe in this like chocolate brown Gucci look, like a 70s kind of John Travolta.
Very cool.
It was cool.
He's like an effortlessly cool fella. Like if anybody asked me, what's John Legend like? I think I would say he's exactly as you'd expect.
Yeah.
There's like a calmness to him and like a genuine coolness. Like I can absolutely admit I'm not cool.
Nor am I, babe.
No, I'm not cool. I would actually say you are cool.
Sure?
No, I would say you were cool.
Have you heard my jingle, babe?
No, give me a jingle.
I'll wait till later.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
But he is cool in an effortless way, which is very attractive.
Well, because I really hate cool people, right?
Yeah.
Well, I remember Matt Haig doing this quote. The guy who he has loads of books, doesn't he? Matt Haig.
Matt's
Matt.
amazing.
Yeah, okay.
I love him.
So he, one of his quotes was, never be cool. Like, don't try to be cool. Like, go towards warm people, warm people, warm situation, not cool people or cool situations. And it was like, that's where love is and ease is. And that actually you can be cool when you're dead was the quote. And I was like, you would be cold as a
fucking
slab of meat.
Yeah. But then I think the difference there is people try to be cool, don't they? And that's the least cool thing. Like that is so embarrassing because it always just comes off disingenuous and everything. But what I think about
Leggies
or pal John is that actually he's just naturally like
so
that.
I was like, rather than it being cool, he's chill.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Do you know what I mean? Or maybe it depends what you think cool is. Like, because I would say, I think he's chill. He's so horizontal and relaxed. But there's a real twinkle in his eye.
A cheekiness.
A real cheek. Because he said to us at one point, he's like, so, what's the podcast about?
I will never get sick of your John Legend impression, by the way.
Thanks.
It's great.
He's like, do you have guests on? And I was like, I don't want to circumnavigate him at this early stage of our relationship and go, is Chrissy available? Because we definitely make space on the couch for her. So I didn't want to denigrate him by going straight to his wife, right? And
I would have settled for either of them fuckers.
Yeah, or both at the same time. We'd squidge up for them, wouldn't we?
I would absolutely make space for them now.
Yeah. But I said, no, there's no guests. It's just the two of us. And I said, he's kind of, unfiltered and unhinged. And he cracked a smile and he said, I like unhinged women. As you probably know. And I thought, yes, you do, Johnny.
It was
Lovely.
such a brilliant moment.
Yeah.
Like I was just watching it like a proud parent. Like, oh, that is brilliant.
Yeah, it was fun though, wasn't it?
It was good. And I thought like seeing him sing live in that really quite intimate situation felt very special as well.
Yeah.
I don't know it wasn't intimate in loads of ways. There was loads of cameras and things like that, but it did just feel like we're at just a little private gig.
Lovely.
Yeah, I think that's been one of my most special TV moments ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say me too.
Yeah.
I'm so bad. My head is like a sieve that if someone says, how's your week? I'm like, let me just check.
No, I
need to look at pictures to give you like any sort of a grasp on what I was doing.
So I read something the other day because I've had a bit of a fucking weird week where like some moments have been really nice and exciting and then, you've had some quite sad ones too. And subsequently like you just don't know how you feel. Like emotionally, I can't regulate. I'm all over the place. And I read this thing that was really nice and it was like it's a one good thing that happened to you every day. And you just make a list of the one good thing that happened to you every day. And it can be professional, it can be personal, it can be a great big thing, or it can be something really diddy. Yeah. But you make this list of these one good things that happen to you every day and you sit down, read them with your partner at the end of the week.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that quite nice?
Yeah.
Man, I fucking tried to do it yesterday, but it was an absolute bag of shit. So
sometimes you have to dig deep, don't you?
You do. And like I would absolutely class your strawberry story as your good thing that happened that day.
Honestly.
Is that not nice though?
I find myself going, oh, that's the big thing. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I got a bit of a wallop in the face over a work thing or whatever it might be. You're like, things aren't moving quick enough or whatever shit that you berate yourself with day in, day out. And then you sit there and you go, oh, yeah, she's foraging for strawberries.
It's so hard though, mate.
Cute.
Like you want, like life comes at you so fast and like you want all your professional things to go so well and you put so much pressure on yourself and I think sometimes you lose sight of like what actually is important and what actually the special bits are. Yeah. And like last night I come in from work and I lay on the sofa with Irk and the two dogs and we all had a nap.
See, these are the good old days. Yeah. There was a Harvard study that said those 5 were, how many? I just have to count them up. These are the good, maybe the old bit wasn't there. These are the good days, I think it was. And the idea of saying that to yourself, those, however many words that was, I leave it to you. Yeah. That reminds you that this is it. Good day. 5.
Yeah, 5
yeah. Good. And so like whack it on a post-it note, write it on your screensaver, this kind of reminder that actually you two have a little nap with your two little dogs. That's like the gig. And really, it doesn't matter. We're very bloody lucky in the grand scheme of things. And I'm going on the wheel on Thursday.
What's the wheel?
Are you shitting me?
Sorry, what is it like the London Eye?
The wheel. The wheel. The wheel. Michael McIntyre standing in the middle of a bunch of dickheads spinning around the thing.
Is it like the Waltzers?
No, it's a TV show.
All right.
It's called The Wheel. You need to be on the wheel. You'd be funny on the wheel.
Angela, stop saying the wheel. What fucking happens on the wheel, man? What happens on the wheel?
So you basically pick a specialist subject. The first time I did The Wheel, I chose...
so you're a veteran?
I'm a veteran. I'm 3 times on. Dermot O'Leary has been on something like 10 times. And he always wins. I'm usually pretty shit. But my topic was redheads first time.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Second time was Ireland.
Brilliant.
Really playing into the stereotype. Yeah. This time I've gone with horoscopes.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going to bring out my crystal ball and all.
Right. Okay, babes. Yeah. So it's like a mastermind situation on a spinny chair.
Exactly. So like a person whips up out of the middle and then the wheel spins around. So like there's basically all of these faces spinning around like the waltzers, like and then they have a GoPro camera. So you're like, I mean, it just turns everyone into real big Egypts. It's very cute.
It's very good though.
Yeah, and I won last time. So accidentally, I didn't know the answer, but the lad won and he had picked me because I had a outfit that resembled a pair of curtains and he did too. And we were kind of kindred
Kindred curtain spirits.
Kindred curtain spirits.
What can the people really ask you about horoscopes? Like,
I don't know. If you're born the 24th of April, what does that make you?
fuck off, really?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, by the way. Does anybody else?
No.
Aries, I'm going to say.
What?
Taurus. Oh.
I would have never guessed the bull.
No, the bull.
I bet you have to do a lot of that as well. Like
Signs.
What is Pisces? Like, the fish.
You're a Scorpio, right?
Aye.
Do you know what your rising sign is?
No.
So like I'm a Capricorn. That's my sun sign. My rising sign is Leo, which makes sense because Leos are very gregarious. Capricorns are quite like loyal, patient, hardworking, but like they seem a bit more serious, which is not always how I read.
a Capricorn.
Is she?
Aye.
They're good eggs.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. And then, but the Leo is like all singing, all dancing, like a
Sister's
bit
a
of a
Leo.
party girl. No way. And is that
Rita?
her?
No.
No. They like to be center of attention. So I wonder what her rising sign is.
Something fucking angry.
Is she? She's a Gemini, I bet.
Laura's great, but just absolutely terrifying. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have a few.
She
Them.
is like my accountant. She controls me money, and
Good.
whenever any,
It's good to have one of them in the family. I hear
she's
horror stories.
So great.
Wow.
But yeah, all of my team, like my hair and makeup, they call that HR. And if ever they've got to like message HR, they're all shitting themselves. I shit myself and I'm going to ask her for
Why
my own
is she
money.
hardcore?
She's just a savage about it. Yeah,
Good
she's
for her.
protective, understandably so.
Yeah. That's who you want in your corner.
Aye.
A Leo, definitely not Leo rising as
No,
well.
she must be something else.
She's more of a solid sort of Libra maybe.
Okay, moving swiftly on. We've had an email.
Another one?
I know. People like us. Shall I read it? And read it. You read it.
Okay. Hey, Vicky and Angela, loving the pod. When you first announced that you were doing a podcast together, I wasn't sure how it would be, as I didn't see this duo coming, but I love the camaraderie between you.
I fucking love the honesty.
So do I. It's like, I had to be convinced. Fair enough. These are the best critics. You make me laugh, cry, and in your first 2 episodes, you've spoken about things that have really resonated with me. Firstly, Vicky, your experience with PMDD, which although it wasn't recognised as an illness 30 years ago, my mum definitely had it, and it was really difficult for me as her child and her emotional support to deal with it, and has had an impact on my mental health as a teenager. Secondly, Angela talking about her experience with anorexia, which I suffer from and have done for 25 years. I've spent the last 22 in and out of hospital with the illness, and it has left me unable to live independently, work and forge healthy relationships. It is oddly nice to listen to you both sharing your experiences and sharing how despite your difficulties, you're still getting up and living. It gives hope that the hardships don't have to define you or stop you from letting in the good too. Thanks for giving me an hour each week to get out of my own head. Lots of love, shits and giggles from Claire in Bristol.
I love Claire so much. Claire too. So much. I just don't even feel like I can add anything to that because she's really shared and bravely spoke about our own.
You know what? I remember being really reluctant and afraid to talk about my experience, and then realizing that when I was in the thick of it, I had no point of reference. I'm sure this is similar for you. And actually, one of the big driving factors for me was thinking about somebody like Claire and saying, actually, because there's a lot of stories that are horror stories, and there's not really a sense of recovery being possible. And I remember being told, you'll only ever you'll manage it, but you'll always have this. And that for me was this turning point of fuck that. No, I'm not living like this forever. And so I do think there's something in seeing people, despite how difficult it can be to push through and to get up every day and to shake it off and
thriving rather than surviving.
Yes. Yeah.
And you are thriving, Ange.
Yeah, thanks.
And that's really inspirational. Not just for Claire, but for probably a whole load of people who are dealing with that.
And that it's possible rather than impossible. And I think that's the key. There's nothing special about me, But that's what I mean. That actually anyone who's sitting in the depths of it, there is a different possibility and life for you, and you don't have to stay where you are, Claire, is all I'm saying. Our 1 hour does not need to be the only hour of joy in your life is what I'm saying. There is a fucking endless good stuff waiting for you out there. So go grab it by the balls, girl.
You
got
just
it.
got emotional with me on the settee.
Didn't
you? You.
I know, I'm a hard old stone.
You really like me.
Yeah, I do
on the
really like you,
settee.
babe. I do really like you.
I really like you and our
Good egg.
settee as well. I just feel like we've made you feel like you can open up and be yourself. And get your fucking ball shoes off me, settee. Fucking hell on.
Too much. Okay, right, gagglers. We want you to get in touch with those heartfelt messages or, cheery stuff. Whatever
bag.
you fancy. Whatever you fancy.
So you can email us at hello@getagriplove.com. You can Instagram us at getagriplove. And you can WhatsApp us on 07457 411 037. Now, after the break, we need to talk about Kris Jenner's facelift.
I've been waiting all my life for you to say that. And the fact that Sydney Sweeney's out here selling her bathwater.
Not on my 2025 bingo card, but I'm here for it.
Welcome back, my little buttercups.
Right, Big Red, what's next?
Fuck. It's time for What in the World is Going On? That reminds me, did you see the nuns beatboxing?
No, because I'm fucking not weird.
It was a global sensation, unlike my beatboxing moment. But anyway, I feel like it surprised me. I have a picture of me in a habit as a nun. As a kid, I said I wanted to be a nun.
Oh, God. Was that just
I
like
like
an
the
Irish rite of
outfit.
passage?
Maybe. I mean, there was a one in every family for a lot of different
Really?
reasons. Unknown. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't want to
Sweeping generalisation.
yeah, but usually if there was a gay man in the household, he went to the priesthood or he went to England.
No. So yeah, that came here to Livy's best life.
Exactly.
Or-
Bit of freedom.
Or unfortunately had to don the...
Or
What's it
not.
called?
I
A
love a
dog
little
collar?
dog collar.
Do you?
It's quite a move. Hello, conclave.
What was the sexy priest from...
Andrew Scott.
Yeah,
Fleabag.
Fleabag.
Literally did a lot. I wonder if seminaries got a whole influx.
Yeah.
Because at least over here you can actually have a normal relationship. Still, there's exactly.
Yeah.
Like I remember having a marriage course. I don't know if that's a thing here, but like before you get married, you have to go.
I've seen it on the films.
Okay.
I've seen it on the films, yeah.
What films? It's not the sexiest
No,
narrative.
But like always when like there's films about people getting married, they always have to go and speak to their local clergyman or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a thing.
So
I
it
think
is
it's
a
more
thing.
American films I've seen it in.
The pastor.
The pastor.
Okay, well, anyway, we went to a priest. He did like full hours and hours lecturing about relationships. And I was like, babe, I don't mean,
Yeah.
what now would you be known?
How have you?
What do you know now about relationships? But let's have a conversation about sex within the context of
didn't.
And I said, tell me, what's your experience personally?
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh God.
But I would now.
Yeah.
I found my voice now.
Yeah, fucking nation are up now, Garen.
But anyway, the nuns beatboxing made me think that like a hidden talent is so like sexy and surprising. I'm not saying that Sister Mary Concepta or whatever her name is sexy, but she is too. She's owning her life and her individuality. Where is this going? Anyway, gagglers, if you have got a hidden talent, basically, I want to hear it. But mostly I just want to hear you beatboxing into a voice memo. 074 57 411 037. We might even use it as our jingle.
Oh, if anybody could do a jingle for what in the world is going on,
Honestly,
I'd be over the fucking moon.
It sounds so professional. I was listening to a podcast the other day. They had an actual jingle in and out of these little bits, not just me singing. I don't get paid enough to be doing the singing bit as well.
I do like you doing the singing bit.
Stop. It changes every week. I need at least a backing track to like keep it on track. Okay, enough about nuns. Let's delve under the skin of Kris Jenner's new chin.
Oh, nice. Important you didn't know it. She looks fucking class, like.
She does, doesn't she?
She does look class.
She's like Benjamin Feckin Button.
She looks unbelievable, right? And quite clearly, she's done something drastic, hasn't she? Because there's just no way this has just been what she's been doing beforehand. Like she's definitely. There's just no way around it. I'm so sorry. She's had a facelift, I think.
She's had a facelift.
But she's not come out and spoke about it. So I actually don't know.
I mean, it's like, why would you talk about it when your chin looks like that?
Oh, God. But why would you not? So the Kardashians, rightly or wrongly, come under a lot of scrutiny and they get a lot of stick.
Yeah. And the before and after pictures are pretty radical.
Absolutely. And I think the predominant reason why they do, you know, get called problematic so much is because of the part they've played in this like really unrealistic beauty aesthetic, you know, the standards that we all sort of hold ourselves to. And I don't think there's any point in getting, you know, tweakments, getting bits and bobs, doing whatever. It's your face, it's your body, like no judgment from me. But where I think it becomes somewhat problematic and difficult is the lack of accountability, ownership and honesty. Like I love a little bit of Botox, I love a little bit of Profilo, I love it, like all these things. Like as I get older, will I be looking for more radical and outrageous things to help with the aging process? Fucking probably and proudly. But I think the only problem comes when you are looking this incredible at 65, whatever she is, and still just claiming it's down to fucking hiking in them canyons and using a bit of like.
But has she claimed that? See, I think you're conflating Kris Jenner and Lindsay Lohan, who presumably has had also similar like snatched to shit. Like and the thing is, it's not just like they've got this crappy skin pulled tighter, which is our visual of an old school facelift. It's like the skin. Because I love looking at the texture of somebody's skin.
Right, okay.
I also really like when I'm up. No, do I like it or does it torment me? Like sometimes if I'm up close with somebody at a party and I can see a very visible blackhead. And all I want to do is get at that.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
I would say, babe, do you want to, should we go into the bathroom? Let me pop that off for you.
Erkan is exactly the same. Like we'll be anywhere. Obviously, we worked together on Saturday, had a long day, and then Saturday night I ended up with pub in the park.
Yes,
the Simon Rimmer's podcast. So obviously that's a long time to have a lot of makeup on your face. And he just walked up to me in the middle of us dancing at the Ministry of Sound set and squeezed a whitehead on the side of my nose.
Shut up!
No, he couldn't contain himself. He was like, whitehead. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
But you let him at it.
Well, babe, there was nothing I could do. Chubby fingers were just accelerating it at a rate of knots.
I have to beg Roy if I want to pop a blackhead.
Oh, no.
And I've been like, please, let me at it. And he's like, get away from me. I'm like, please. And the more he says no, the more I'm like, no, you're going to ruin it.
The more you want it.
Oh my God. But when it pops out in a good way, it's the most, I actually have visual memories like
of good ones.
Oh, yeah.
I have a memory of a one on my earlobe once from a cheap earring that I think is probably podium placing with my wedding as like some of the best moments of my life. Yeah. So like wedding, obviously number one, getting the dogs, this blackhead.
Oh my God. I have an old friend.
The jungle's in there.
Jungle might be in there. I say it a few blackheads in the jungle. Did you? You wouldn't see them anyway. There's no mirrors in there, was there?
Class in the jungle, because no pollution,
Delicious.
No makeup, no nothing.
Gorge.
Skin
moisturizer.
No, mate.
SPF.
You could. I think they gave you a bit of that, but it was like biodegradable or something, or like organic. It was. So yeah, everything was just amazing. Wow. Zero blackheads in there.
Fabulous.
But yeah, I'm with you on the blackhead thing. Absolutely, 100%. But we have somewhat veered off course.
So Lindsay Lohan basically has got similar. She looks similar to Kris Jenner, which is not necessarily a flex because Kris Jenner is 69.
Fuck off.
I know.
No, she's
like she looks phenomenal. She looks like him. But this is the thing, sometimes with work, you're like, you stand them all against a wall and you're like, I don't know whether they're 30 or 300.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It can actually age you if you get too much too soon. It is a fine line, mate.
But it's the jawline. It's the jaw. Because from the side.
Is it nice?
Any little jiggly jagglies are gone. It's like, and it's the décolletage. Is that what you call that?
Yeah.
She just looks highly moisturised, I think.
She looks great and there's no disputing that. But this is my only problem with it, and I'll go back to it. I just want to know if she's going to tell the truth or not. Because obviously she hasn't been pressed on it yet.
Yeah. But Lindsay Lohan has been pressed on it.
And she has lied.
She said she just drinks olive oil. And actually, the gullible bit of me was like, do you know, I think she's
fuck off, Ange.
But sometimes if my skin's looking a bit shit, I'll go, do you know what? It's time I start pounding those avocados.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And it's hard to know because sometimes I think when you look at yourself and go, oh my God, I look really rough. It's time to go all in. You start to change lots of aspects of your life. And then I can never pinpoint whether it's a single thing or whether I've just done a U-turn.
I was speaking to my cosmetics woman about it basically, and she'd said one of her clients, one of her like women who goes to her, who's in the public eye, had gone out to America to meet with Lindsay Lohan's man. Yeah. And listen to this.
Tell me.
Do you want to know how much?
150 grand.
Fuck.
More! 250.
Aye. Quarter of a fucking mil.
Dollars.
Yeah.
No,
dollars.
that makes that's fine.
Fuck now, I'll have two. But the cheek of this being like, yeah, lemon juice, bit of olive oil, like a bit of Botox, you know, I'm looking after myself. Fuck off, mate.
That's outrageous.
It's outrageous.
The only thing I will say about Lindsay, right? I think if she came out, so with Kris, you're like 68, boom,
Treat
fill
yourself.
your boots,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
for
yeah.
gold, right? With Lindsay, if she says, hands up, I did. I partied hard and I have 250k sitting around in my account and my business and my future career depends on my face looking fresh.
Also, my husband's absolutely loaded and all. So money.
Is he? Who's her hubby?
She's married some Arab fella and he's just fucking caked. I think that's why she's always in Dubai. He's just caked, mate. Listen, I've been fucking getting facelifts as well. Like, I would get everything.
But I think because she's in the public eye, if she was just living her best life in Dubai, she could get as many facelifts as she likes and no one gives a shit. But because she's like on the good side of 40, people will go, that's a really bad example and you're setting a bad example. She's held to different standards, understandably, somewhat. And so I just don't think there's any way you can win.
No, and I know that, and I know I'm potentially feeding into that monster and being part of the problem by demanding she, you know, be honest.
Tell us everything.
Tell her everything.
Give him your number.
Yeah. Just fucking drop his name.
Yeah.
But no, I do think, I don't know, I just think with all the pressure that women feel, you have a bit of a responsibility if you're in the public eye to just be transparent.
It's not 8 hours and
it's not
a cup of olive oil.
Like when everyone's saying to me like, oh, do you rate that LED mask and do you this, do you that? I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
But also as well, I'm using sheet masks every night. I'm fucking spending a fortune on Profilo.
Yeah, Profilo,
I've just dropped $2,000 on polynucleotides on my whole face. Like, could I pinpoint exactly what it is that's keeping us looking like this? No, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably the fact that I haven't got kids keeping us up at all hours and on, you know? And I do think you have to be a little bit honest because otherwise you are just making other women feel shit that they don't look like that.
Yeah. And I also think it's a bit like the magazines back in the day when we would just believe that magazines and the images we saw were real. And then you'd go, oh, hang on. When you rip it back, there's makeup and hair, which has become commonplace across socials or whatever. But like lighting and all of the things that attribute to this picture and the reality versus that.
Yeah.
So I do think, polynukes I'm all for now, have to be honest.
Have you, how many had some good ones?
Yeah.
You gone whole face or just under your eyes?
No, he just told me under my eyes.
So I just really thought it was under my eyes and then my bird started doing me whole face and I was like, have fucking at it, mate.
I mean, and what, in your forehead too?
No, forehead is exclusively Botox.
Okay.
But this part, all the way down.
Oh, and you go down to there?
She did me neck.
See, it's supposed to be nipples to your neck. No, that doesn't make sense. That's not enough.
Nipples
That's
to
forget.
neck? What you...
No, nipples to headline. What?
I'd try to have it all over my body if I could. I would just do it everywhere.
Honestly, we're supposed to be moisturised the top of our dids. Yeah, this to the nipple. Otherwise, you've got this, like, I literally don't moisturise anywhere below my chin, which is going to come back to haunt me.
I know, I can already feel.
No, genuinely. I saw a picture. My daughter took a picture of my arm the other day. And I was like, what the fuck is that? It was my arm, but it was
And
like,
what did you think it was out of
it
curiosity?
It looked like something else.
I'm getting a bit here. So like,
will you get up the yard? It's the inside of your feckin' arm.
Oh,
Put that away. You've
care.
too much time in your hands now looking at the inside of your arms.
One thing I certainly don't have. But the other day, like, it caught on me tit. And like it all
Oh,
just,
yeah. I know. The little bum.
It smooshed together and my skin looked like crepe paper. And I was like, well, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
Because you didn't look like that last
That's why
year.
you start walking like that, kind of, so that you're not pressing.
Yeah. It is awful being a woman.
It's great being a woman.
We are conditioned to hate ourselves. And I really try and buck that trend every so often. But listen, it takes a lifetime to undo something you've always believed. So I just think the best thing we can do for each other is be honest about all the fun things we find along the way that make us feel a bit nicer.
Agree.
Whether it's facelifts or fucking face cream or whatever.
Partly the reason I stopped wearing fake tan was that.
Why was that?
Because
I'm curious.
Because
As a big fake tan lover.
I know. And like I loved it. I used to be very heavy on the old tan.
Why, yeah.
Oh, babe. Like my stomach looked like it was a different ethnicity to
Fair
my face.
enough. I've been there.
I really went for it. And like you do feel more streamlined, let's just say, right?
You do.
My legs they're see-through, okay? But like that's a lifelong thing. If I stayed there, I'd be putting fake tan on for the rest of my
of your
days.
life. It's a
Like
commitment.
A, it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
B, it costs money. Who knows what's in it? Yada yada. But also, I'm like, where are the like see-through legs on telly?
Where are the see-through
Genuinely.
legs? Yeah.
I remember being on Sunday brunch back in the day, first time I'd ever done a bit on telly. And I have freckles all over my legs. And look,
They're lovely.
thanks.
Top
But
freckles.
They're all over my legs. And I would have been in my 20s. I remember getting off and Twitter, lads being like, what is the story with the chicken skin legs?
No.
And I was like, what is he talking about? You know, when people, I don't get this like chicken skin thing. You know, the like pockly thing that you can get in the back of your arms. They're like,
I
don't
think
know.
I do.
There's
get
a
bit
thing.
Of,
There's
I think
a thing.
I get a bit of that when I'm not fake tanned, actually.
okay. So anyway, he assumed that I had done the shave thing and that I had the little marks. I was like, they're freckles.
Man. Typical.
You've never seen them on
man.
telly before. Anyway, so I defiantly, and sometimes, you know, I'm sure my legs would look better. I went on Strictly with white legs to the point where I looked probably a bit sick.
No. I think you suit this so much. That's why I was
You
so...
say that.
But that's why I was so shocked about the fact that you'd ever wore fake tan, because this to me is just your aesthetic.
It is now, babe. But also, hopefully, it allows other people to just unleash their milk stems without shame or judgment.
Do you know who else is really good at that? Fucking Nicola from Girls Aloud. She did the fake tan thing, and then when she stopped doing it, I thought, Christ, you're stunning.
Yeah.
Like,
alabaster she is.
she is indeed a proper English rose or Irish rose, as the case may be.
Yeah.
Would you like to be something else in Ireland, like a thistle? That's
Like
Scotland.
a geranium or something.
Well, yeah, but what would your flower of choice be in Ireland?
I like a hydrangea.
Do you?
Yeah.
Just a nice Irish hydrangea.
Shall we talk about Sweeney? Sydney, as she's better known. Sydney Sweeney.
We can absolutely talk about Sydney Sweeney, because I feel like...
Because I feel like this is connected. It's her taking ownership of a thing.
I kind of love it. I love it. Do you love it?
What is it?
So, Sydney Sweeney, who is... I mean, I'm going to say she's been in loads of great films. She's a brilliant actress. Her role in Euphoria...
So, I actually haven't seen Euphoria, but that's her like defining role, right? And then
Yes,
White
Cassie.
Lotus, she was like the kind of looking out side eye.
I didn't love
Mean
her in
Girls
White.
bitch.
I didn't love her role in White Lotus, but I thought that's
She was
'cause
brilliant at
She
it.
was brilliant. I didn't love the character.
Yeah.
Like, she was a spoiled teen. Like, what's to like about that? But she did it very well.
Anyway, sorry, the reason that we're talking about her amongst all of her acting accolades is that she is selling soap with bath water, hers specifically, in it. Are you all right there, pet? No, have you got it? Good. Okay. Because she's well known for her ample bosom, I would say. That's what a lot of people remark on, because she's this, you know, slight woman with big boobs. And then people are like objectifying her and wanting to presumably drink her bath water. And she said, fuck it. Here you go. Pay me for it.
So why are people so up in arms?
Well, because they're like, is she basically playing into the over-sexualization of women, or is it a brilliant power play?
You can be super disparaging about the fact that she is selling this bathwater soap and whatever. And
$8 a bar.
is it only $8?
That's all right.
I think.
Mass market. Gwyneth's candle was more expensive than that, but she's in a different market.
What's a little imperial leather set you back these days?
I'm going to say it's $4.49.
I was going to say that. I don't think the markup for that is bad.
Yeah, it's all right, yeah.
But yeah, I think you could be kind of disparaging and say like, oh, you know, like she's playing on her sexuality, she's playing on this, she's playing on that. So what?
Do you know what? I think she's a new breed that is frightening people. She's 27, I want to say. She has a property portfolio, eye-watering. She knows what she's doing. Like, what she is determined to do is use her face, her work, her talent to create, and she's spoken about this, generational wealth. She's not there to be a pretty face on your soap to make Mr. What's His Chops a shit ton of money. She's like creating wealth, which I think still makes people balk a little bit when they're like, a woman greedy bitch.
Yeah.
She's actually working and playing the system in a way that I think is friggin' admirable.
I have got no notes on her behaviour. Like,
Same.
I think people would assume that we should in some way, as people who pride themselves on being feminists, feel a type of way about this.
Yeah.
All I think is good for you, mate.
Make hay, baby.
That's it. And if this is the tools that you've got in your arsenal,
Yeah.
if it's a wicked set of knocks, if it's a great face, whatever it is, and you feel comfortable doing it, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Anyone who is uncomfortable, Fia's a strong woman.
Yeah.
Fia's a powerful woman. And you can dress it up however else you want it, but that is what it is. And I have no notes on this behaviour.
No, neither me.
About
Neither
10,
me.
about 10 years ago,
Go
when we
on.
were filming Geordie Show, maybe it was longer, maybe it was actually 15 years ago now. Putting a real number on it makes me sad, so let's leave it at that. We, to launch a series, created an eau de parfum.
You did not.
We
like
did.
to sell or just for PR?
Predominantly just PR, because when I tell you what it smelt like, I doubt anyone would have bought it. So we were obviously known for our wild antics, like getting drunk and kissing people we shouldn't, fucking generally just being
Like
feral.
living a 20s life, but in the glare.
Quite rightly. Anyway, we were also famous for like just getting drunk and eating kebabs at the end of the night. So we launched this scent in a kebab shop, and it was like eau de kebab.
No.
Yes, I have a photo. Do you want to say?
Sorry, that is kind of genius. Now, did you get any money from this?
We got fuck all from fucking anything.
See, this is what Sweeney is learning. I feel
Sweeney's
like
learning from
you
my
walked
mistake.
so she could run. Do you know what I mean?
Ready?
She's
No.
like, I want back end on the soap.
Die. You're gonna die.
Is that
That's
you?
me. That's me.
Okay, so here's the thing.
That's me.
You know when we talk about like surgery and stuff?
Yeah.
And people pull up like befores and afters of Kim K's face or whatever. I'm like, lads, if you saw some pictures of me in my 20s, I'd look like I've had a full rearrangement as well.
I do just think your face does change. I mean, I've had bits.
Eyebrows. No. Eyebrows. You had a skinny eyebrow.
Yes,
Oh my God.
skinny.
I'd hardly pick you out of a lineup now there.
Really? I think I've done all right. in terms of-
You've grown into yourself.
You think?
So who made the perfume? Could anyone buy it? Did you wear it?
It was available at all good Joe Malone stockists. No, I fucking don't know. I don't
It was a duty-free job.
Yeah, I don't know who essentially manufactured it or anything like that. And we didn't sell it. It was more just like given to journalists to promote the series. I bumped into a woman at the weekend.
Still wearing it.
Yeah, she smelled great. No, she literally was like, I interviewed you in a kebab shop once. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And look at me now. I love
so yeah,
that.
so I think
I think more power to her elbow.
well, yeah, that as well, babe. I love it. If you've spotted a story though that you think we need to be talking about, whether it's headlines, hot takes, or heated debates, please do get in touch because we'd love to hear from you.
We really would. And I desperately want to know about your hidden talents too, honestly. Don't make me feel superior with my beatbox skills, all on my own. Email hello@getagriplove.com. Instagram is getagriplove, or the WhatsApp number is 07457 411 037.
That's all. Forget a group today. Thank God.
We'll be back every Thursday, so please hit that follow button. I know you didn't know there was one. I certainly didn't, but go and poke it.
Click it.
So you never miss an episode.
And if you've enjoyed hearing us wang on, tell your mates, your family, your fur babies, your neighbours, your enemies. Send it round the group chats. Do all of the things.
Spam the shit out of them. And I've been perusing your reviews, as is my particular
Hobby?
Yeah. I've chosen my 5-star review of the week because, you know, that's what we're going for. It reads a little something like this. Do you want to beatbox me in the background? Can I just listen to this all the time instead of doing real life? Like Ant and Dec. Oh, yeah. If Dec was Irish, I think he is. And if they were women, they're definitely not. And if they were even smarter and funnier, no comment. Beware, may result in the unplanned emission of bodily fluids. That is from San McMahon. Thank you so much, San. I liked that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was pretty horrendous. Like San McMahon, you can give us a great review wherever you're listening. Just remember, it's 5 stars or fuck off.
Bye.